So, after a long break from watching TV shows, the last TV show I watched being Better Call Saul, I decided to get back to watching Suits. I say get back to because I watched first 10 minutes of the first episode and decided this show wasn't for me. Was I too quick to judge? Probably. But I thought, it's been a long time since I've actually watched a TV show, so let me start watching something and let me get back to watching Suits. So I did, and I have some thoughts on it. So I am going to talk about it in this video. I'm going to talk about all the good stuff, all the bad, and ultimately why I decided to quit watching Suits. And hey, maybe you can not be a fraud like Mike Ross in this TV show and subscribe, What's the moral of this review and the TV show? Do not be a fraud, people, and do not smoke weed for a living. Yeah, subscribe. Anyway, Season 1 starts off with a strong pilot and basically sets the premise for the rest of the season. We see some character development, different cases, and a lot of quirky one-liners. And I think that's mostly Season 1's problem, is that every character feels the same, talks the same way, and it gets pretty annoying. That's precisely why I did not continue watching after the first 10 minutes, but it's there throughout the season. There's a lot of not funny moments, one in particular being a pizza delivery guy going into a big law firm, delivering a pizza to one of the top lawyers, but there's a notice inside the pizza box and the pizza delivery guy says, "You have been served." I did not make that up. That's an actual scene in the show, and that pissed me off. That was so out of nowhere and so horrible. It almost made me quit watching then and there, but I decided not to judge it too harshly. And yeah, I think the biggest drawback is it feels too polished. You can tell you're watching actors speak lines from a script and it doesn't really feel like it pulls you enough into the universe. It is still entertaining and there is a lot of good stuff happening in each episode, but the flaws are quite bad. But it wasn't bad enough for me to quit the show straight up, so I ended up watching it because the starting and the end was pretty strong, and I decided to go ahead and watch Season 2 as well. Season 2 is very good up to a certain period, which we'll get to. Everything which was bad about Season 1 is completely fixed in this season, and it is significantly better. Unlike the last season, Season 2 has a strong and long-running storyline throughout the episode, and that storyline is Daniel Hardman. Hardman is such a good antagonist simply because he is just selfish and doesn't care about anything but himself. The entire first half and more up to the very end is splendid. The acting is great, the characters are fleshed out, and the drama is peak entertainment. Harvey and Lewis basically end up being the showstoppers in entire season. Daniel Hardman, played by Gail Whittaker of Breaking Bad, is absolutely great, and the show is very strong. This season is very strong. That is until Hardman leaves to go cook some meth and the season doesn't end there. I have never seen a show jump off a cliff so instantly as Suits. The last few episodes are so terrible and completely ruin everything. Mike Ross, which is our second main character, straight up goes from being a confused character to he just becomes an unlikable character. His whole relationship nonsense is present just to make the episodes longer, and it completely kills the excitement of the show. Mike Ross ended up being my most hated character for how stupidly his character was handled, and he's supposed to be the smart one in the show. Lewis is reduced to a complete comedic character, and the show suddenly tries to be funny. You know what makes a good drama show? A show which also has funny moments. Suits is not a comedy show, it is a drama show. But then they suddenly started having these one-off comedy bits in the middle of soap opera bullshit, which makes it even more worse, unbearable. The whole British merger thing in the show really fucks it up. I have to say, it is the point where the show dips in quality majorly as soon as Hardman leaves the show. Towards the end, the characters are all either unlikable or stupid. The drama goes from really entertaining to your mom's favorite soap opera, and the dip in quality is massive. I watched the first episode of Season 3, and it seems to have doubled down on the bad stuff which made Season 2 so shitty towards the end. And it's incredible how Hardman left the show and took the quality with him. Overall, the show isn't that bad. It decides to jump off a plane without a parachute at the end, but it sits safely until it is inside. I would not recommend this show. If you haven't watched it, you can probably give it a shot, but you could easily spend the same amount of time watching something which I know would be better. I would rate season 1 a 7.5 and season 2 maybe an 8. I wish it didn't leave such a bad aftertaste, but you can't have it all. It's bad. And yeah, I've decided to completely quit watching Suits. I feel like it's just not for me. Apparently it gets worse and worse, and I don't want to be watching at that point. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Suits. I thought I'll do a separate season review, but I decided to quit midway, so I was like, I'll just combine review because I only watched 2 seasons. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about Suits, or what you liked or disliked. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.